Hi, welcome to another video here on Cashed Out Cars. In today's video, we are replacing a motorcycle battery in this DR350 SE. Having a fresh battery in your bike is good so you don't get stuck on a trail or stuck on the side of the road if your bike, one, doesn't have a kickstart, or two, if your bike is really hard to kickstart. It's going to be a pretty simple one. Let's jump right into it. On most bikes, your battery will hide behind a piece of bodywork. On this bike here, there's just this one piece of bodywork on the side that's held on by one fastener, and we'll take this off and the battery is right behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Get that panel out of the way, and here's our battery. Now, the wiring harness on this bike is pretty messy. Someone did go through and put some of their own stuff in here, so there's a lot of extra junk in the way here, and yours most likely won't look this bad. With access to your battery, you'll need to take a look at how it's mounted in. On mine, there's one fastener right there, and then there's one around on the back side over here, which holds the strap on. We're going to take that thing off, and then the battery will be able to slide out, and then we need to remove those two terminals. I'm actually going to go ahead and remove the terminals first. To remove your terminals, there will often be some fasteners on them that you'll need to loosen up in order to get your cables out of the way, and I like to always start with my negative terminal. Electricity can't flow if there's not a ground, so I normally start with that one. Get the fastener out of the way, and then this will just lift off of that block there, and then you're in good shape. Go ahead and do your other one now, and now your terminals are out of the way. Now you could remove the mounting hardware that actually holds the battery in. Once again, for me, there are just two bolts. And then you should be able to carefully slide your bracket out of the way, and now that battery should just come right out, just like that. Here is the new battery on the right versus the old one on the left. You want to look at the model number on the battery and make sure it matches up to the new one that you're going to put in. This will essentially tell you that the battery will fit in the spot that the old one went. Now, there are a couple different kinds of batteries. This one is a AGM battery, and there are also gel batteries. When it's cold, that thing will perform better than a lot of gel batteries, at least for what I've seen, about in the same price range. So that's why I chose that battery. I have this thing linked down in the description below if you're interested in picking that up. And now I'm going to go ahead and get this back on my bike. Then we could go ahead and prepare our terminals. To do that, there are these blocks here with holes in them. Those go inside the terminals themselves like that, and then your screw will go down from the top or the side or however it was originally mounted in your bike. I'm going to go ahead and put this in now. And now we could go ahead and reattach our terminals. That could sometimes be a little bit tricky to get that block lined up under there, but just use something in there to move it around. Don't cross your terminals. Don't put something across the positive to the negative, because then you'll be in bad shape. But if you're careful and you just use something to poke that thing around, you'll be in good shape. You don't want to over tighten these terminals, but you do want to make sure that they're tight enough to not loosen up while you're riding, because then your bike could die on you. Now you could go ahead and charge up your battery if you're not sure if it's charged. Some batteries do come charged, but it's always a good idea to just check to make sure that they're actually fully charged. And while you're charging your battery, you want to make sure that you have your charger set up for the proper kind of battery. This one, like I said, is a 12-volt AGM. Other options could be a 12-volt gel cell or a 12-volt standard. You also want to make sure that if your charger has the option, that you choose the correct battery size. In my case, this is a small battery, and let's see how our percentage is. Yeah, that battery is already fully charged. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the charger, and we'll be in good shape. We'll go ahead and pop our side panel back on. And just like that, our new battery is installed. And with all of that, that's going to wrap up this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, and I or someone else will get back to you and help you out. And now let's go ahead and see if this battery did the trick and if this bike will start right up. Here we go.